I have a question from Mateo, and the question goes like this. What is your take on the use of psychedelics as potential tools for self-knowledge and spiritual awakening? Of course, with proper expert assistance. Psychedelics are very powerful, and if treated with respect, they can be a very powerful tool to assist in the awakening process. A lot of people have their first glimpse or have an initial awakening through the use of psychedelics. So, yes, there is a potential for using it to go deeper into yourself. But that being said, I want to point out where this can be quickly turned into something that you are dependent on, can be turned into an addiction, can be turned into a crutch, can be turned into a trap. And this is very common, that you may get a glimpse of something, or you may just experience something that you don't always experience. You may experience an altered state of mind, and now you're on this chase for seeking a new experience from psychedelics, that you become what I call an experience junkie, always seeking the next experience, wanting a new flavor of something. And this is what the mind is all about. Shiny object syndrome. Always chasing the next shiny object. And you can see this with materials. We want a car, we want a boat, we want a house, we want a cottage, we want a plane. This is easy to see. And as we get a little interested in spirituality, instead of chasing the materials, we're chasing mystical experiences. That may come through the use of psychedelics. So I'll point out that yes, they are powerful and they need to be treated with respect. But if abused, then it won't help with discovering your true nature. In fact, anything that you depend on cannot actually help with discovering your true nature, because your true nature is independent of anything else. If you need to rely on a drug to do something for you, to create some experience for you, then you're you're dependent on that. If you're dependent on some drug to create some sort of high, tap into some bliss, then it's like you're outsourcing this bliss. Your true nature is the ultimate drug. You are the ultimate drug. In many ways, these psychedelics, these drugs, help relax the mind. They drop the defense mechanism. Allowing you to be open. And when you're more open, you start to perceive more of what is here now. When you're more open, you're more sensitive. So you're sensing more and more of what is always available. But if you're always dependent on a drug to relax you and open you up, then you're missing the point. What's creating that closure? What are you defending? What are you guarding? What are you protecting? Why is it that you cannot just simply be open? And if you don't inquire into these, then you're always going to lack the understanding. It's very easy to take some psychedelics, experience something, but then not have any understanding. Especially if they're not treated with respect. When they're taken as some recreation drug, something to just feel a little bit better, then they're not being used as a tool. They're being used as more of a way to escape what is. They become an escape mechanism. So it's about understanding what is it that you are trying to escape. So the use of psychedelics, yes, very powerful. But it's most likely always going to leave you lacking understanding. And when you're chasing experience after experience after experience, it becomes a trap. You tend to hold on to the best experience that you've had. This is what happened last time. I used psychedelics, and I'm expecting something similar, and I'm hoping for something better. This in itself is actually suffering. Clinging to the past, hoping for something new, different, better. Your true nature is not some experience that is changing and that's coming and going, like the experiences on psychedelics. All of that is just the mind. And your true nature is beyond the mind. So yes, it can kickstart the awakening. But you'll find that you're very confused after one of these experiences. You'll find it to be very disorientating. You may find that you're very disconnected and lost. And a lot of this is because of lack of understanding of what it is that you experience. So, yeah, it's definitely a potential tool. But if we make it the thing and worship psychedelics, then it's no longer a tool that serves you. You're serving it. It's no longer something that helps you. It's no longer something that liberates you. It's something that you're actually in bondage to. You become enslaved to the psychedelics. So it's a fine line. It's a fine line. So it needs discernment. And that's something that is needed on the spiritual journey. This clarity, this discernment. Perhaps you try it. It opens something up. And then there's this kind of knowing, I don't need that anymore. It served its purpose. And if that's the case, then yes, you're treating it as a tool. It served a purpose on your journey. But if you try it and then now you're finding that you're continuing to come back to it, you've created a codependency. You're thinking that this substance can give you your true nature. It can't. So it's one of those things where experiment and use your discernment. Hopefully this helps. See you in the next one.